Hello guys, this is Modest Major here, bringing you some commentary over some Turkey Bowl gameplay. This is the Thanksgiving exclusive playlist. I heard on Twitter that it was only out for one day. I'm not 100% sure if that's correct, but I'm guessing so. I don't think it's running for the whole of Thanksgiving holiday, which is a bit of a shame. The playlist itself contains one map that goes by the name of Stadium. You don't get the option to vote for maps or playlists or game types. So, it can get a little bit stale, I suppose, but I didn't really play it long enough for it to start wearing off on me. In fact, I only played 2 games. The first game, I went 30-0, and it was a pretty good game, but they were quitting out left, right, and centre. You might have seen me complaining about it on Twitter. To be honest, join in progress has gotten pretty bad in the recent weeks. I feel like it's so far into Halo 4's life cycle that 80% of people know that there's next to no penalties for leaving, so they might as well just quit if they're getting destroyed. I mean, especially on a playlist like this where the spawns are fixed, you can get people spawning literally right in front of you, and it's very controversial to say the least. And obviously, I mean, it's similar in nature to Ricochet itself, but on this map, because there isn't many places to hide, I do love the idea of these red shield barriers. I know I heard certain people complaining about it. I actually like it. It gives me this Ender's Game vibe where it feels like a training battleground almost, and personally I just thrive in this environment because I know how to use that cover to the best of my advantage. I say that whilst I kill myself rather embarrassingly, but this gameplay in the background is basically a 45-4. I go off in this game. Like, I hadn't played Halo 4 for quite some time. To be honest, as I mentioned in my previous video, Halo 4, you know, it was kind of easy for, like, even a couple of months ago to say that Halo 4 was dying down a little bit too much and it was getting not very entertaining for even the people who enjoy the game. But now it's just gotten to the point it's ridiculous where, like, I don't want to sit there saying, oh, free for free, you need to put something in the game, because that's just dumb. The amount of stuff they put into the game is incredible. It's more just the fact that, you know, the community hasn't really embraced the game. The community hasn't gone hand in hand with free for free. And it's a shame because free for free pretty much put their hand out at any given opportunity. They wanted to make the game work as much as they could, but it just wasn't happening. The community hype wasn't there, and without community hype, it's very hard for a game to get off the ground, especially a game with competitive roots such as Halo, which thrives off competitive play. If people don't have the motivation to win, the game's not really going to go anywhere. But I'm sure this will be rectified in Halo 5. But I'm not here to talk about that. I'm going off topic. I want to talk about Turkey Bowl, because I actually love this playlist so much. Like, for aggressive playstyles, it is super, super exciting. You have to be very aware of the radar and very aware of how the cover works, how much space you've got in between you and the enemy team, because if you get in a vulnerable position, especially near their spawn, they could just randomly spawn there. Like, even if you're near their spawn, that won't necessarily push them out of spawn. You have to be very close, and you also have to, a lot of the time, have another teammate close to that spawn as well. Or otherwise, they'll just keep on spawning there, keep on spawning there. And as a result, it gets super, super frustrating for the enemy team because, you know, they just can't get out, especially, like, if they haven't got a very strong team. The 2 games that I played, I actually got really strong teams. Like, last game when I was going 30-0, I was playing as aggressive as I physically could be, and someone was still 200 points ahead of me on my team, and I was just like, how is this even possible? But we were just completely decimating them, and that's why they were quitting, I suppose. But this game was just really, really entertaining, really on edge. I think my shot was pretty much the best it's been in a very long time, which is surprising considering that, you know, I haven't actually played Halo 4 in quite some time. If you guys didn't know, Battle Royale is actually going to be going on this weekend, and it's going to be an EU version of Battle Royale, and I'm not sure if I want to really, you know, gather too much publicity for it or tell you guys that it's worth trying to get into, because it's basically only going to be 16 players, and we have 10 player slots already reserved. And seeing as it's in the afternoon and no one really has to commit that much of their time, I'm assuming those 10 people will show up. And I think it will be 12, including me and my doubles partner when I get organised, so yeah. I might as well use this as a time to make a public service announcement, though, that Severed Void, you're going to be my doubles partner. You don't have much choice in this. You're going to have to get up early on Sunday. Come on, bro. We can win this. I'm just saying. Anyhow, yeah. If anyone else is like an absolute beast at this game and they want to be my doubles partner, tell me. You have to be an absolute beast, though, because the people in the tournament we are playing are near competitive level of beastliness. But just let me know in the comment section. But I'm kind of telling you guys more for future reference, because if for some of you guys were frustrated that the American Battle Royales went on too late for you, especially if you're a British player like myself, I had to stay up till 9 AM to play in some of these tournaments, and it just got ridiculous. Like, I don't think I'm going to be competing in them anymore. The EU Battle Royale sounds 10 times more viable for me. It's going to be at 3 PM my time, I believe, which is just ridiculously friendly, so yeah, I'm super looking forward to that. I've been getting into competitive gaming a lot more recently. I was really anti-competitive quite some time ago. I didn't like the whole mindset of taking games so seriously that you had to, like, you know, put in mindless hours and it almost didn't become fun. But I have started to realize recently that part of the fun is putting that time in and competing amongst some of the best, and you know, just trying to become better and better and improve as a player and watch gameplays, learn tips. It's really exciting to me right now at the moment. And going into Halo 5, you know, I'm just praying that they're going to have this ranking system in store for us, because if they do, it'll be very exciting, and I'm definitely going to put my all into it, especially as it's dedicated servers. Like, that's been one of the biggest reasons. Like, I didn't like having that excuse hovering over my head that I have a potentially terrible connection, because I do have a 0.3 download. And, you know, like, even if it didn't affect me all the time, I felt like I could never be 100% trustworthy in my gameplay. I can never feel like, yeah, but what... I would always be asking myself, what if I got screwed over by lag then? Because it could easily happen. And with dedicated servers, that fear is pretty much 100% eliminated. And for me, that's so exciting. And especially as, like, recently I've been getting so many black screens in the game, and it really does detract from the overall gameplay experience, having to watch black screens every 2 seconds. You know, a lot of players come to Halo from Call of Duty and they get annoyed because the experience feels a lot less fluid. For whatever reason, black screens and host changing screens don't seem to happen anywhere near as much in Call of Duty as they do in Halo. And seeing as Halo is so competitive and you get so into each game, especially if it's a really close fought thing for the win, just coming up with like a 30-second black screen is the most frustrating thing ever. Especially if that black screen happens and they don't even choose a good host afterwards. It was like, well, that was a complete waste of time. That's just my opinion. This playlist, anyhow, it's actually been one of my favourite playlists. It's a very nice balance between being able to play it competitive and it also being kind of stupid and casual. The loadout choices themselves, like, as you can see, I'm using Thruster Pack here because the regen loadout is pretty much 100% useless. There's no real reason to use it. It's got a Storm Rifle as the primary. I cannot use that thing, and I will not use that thing. Whereas this Battle Royale... it's funny, because I usually use ammo on my loadouts, and I was noticing that I was having to pick up ammo, like, every 2 seconds on this, especially as I didn't die very much towards the end. Anyway, if you guys did enjoy the gameplay, let me know, and thank you very much for watching. I've been Modest Major. Peace out.